In this episode, you will learn the power of consumption and how it affects our overall well being. We often hear people talk about the importance of a healthy diet, but today I want to expand upon that notion and talk about how everything we put into our bodies, whether it's emotional, spiritual, or physical, affects our overall well being and how well we manage our stress levels. So let's dive in. First, let's talk about physical consumption. We typically think of food and drinks, right? But it's essential to understand that everything that we put into our body has impact. If we consume unhealthy foods regularly, our physical health will suffer. In contrast, if we fuel our bodies with nutritious foods and plenty of water and rest, of course, we'll feel energized and a lot more healthy. But physical consumption also includes exercise, or a term that I like to use with my clients, movement, which is essential to our physical well being. And it can also have a positive impact on our mental health. For folks who are committed to physical activity on a consistent basis, this probably isn't as challenging for you. But for those who struggle to stay consistent, it's totally okay. Start somewhere. I always tell my clients, start with the feeling. How do you want to feel? Do you have a destination in mind, maybe, or maybe a certain amount of pounds that you want to lose for an event? Use that feeling, that destination, or those pounds to get you moving. Whether you hit the gym, or you do a fun dance class or yoga class, or maybe you're just at home doing your own body weight, using your own body weight, or wall Pilates, or maybe seated exercises, or committing to a daily stroll. There's so many things that you can do. So get creative and identify consistent movements that work best for you. Now let's move on to emotional and spiritual consumption. We often underestimate the impact to our mental health from things we watch, listen to, or read. Our emotions and thoughts are affected by things and information we consume. For example, if you watch the news all day, which is often filled with negative stories, you might start to feel anxious or depressed. But in contrast, if you're listening to uplifting music or podcasts or even an audiobook, you might start to feel less anxious and a lot more motivated and inspired to do amazing things, which has a positive effect. Spiritual consumption also refers to things that we do or engage in that provide us with a sense of purpose and meaning and connection to a higher power, something beyond ourselves. This can include practices such as meditation, prayer, yoga, or even just spending time in nature. It can also include creative outlets, like activities that align with your values and beliefs, such as maybe like volunteering or donating to a charity, or even attending a religious service. Spiritual consumption is essential for our overall well being because it helps us feel grounded and calm and connected to a higher power, and we feel a lot more centered. My challenge for you today is to reflect on the things that you are consuming and ask yourself, are they fueling your soul? Have a wonderful Monday.